Welcome back, Guardians. I know I've already done a video in the past about Skolas and the Reef Wars, but that was me just reading from the Grimoire. This, I wanted to put it all into one cohesive story for you. If you like, or have any suggestions, sound off in the comments below and like the video. Varixis was the leader of the House of Wolves. His fleet numbered in the hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions. While scouting the solar system near the Jehovians, he picked up a transmission being sent out on all Fallen channels. The transmission was a call to arms, for the Fallen to put aside their differences, and to form as one and take on the city, to steal the great machine, and to kill all of its ghouls. Varixis accepted the transmission and docked his army on a nearby asteroid. It is here that the Queen of the Reef would get involved. She heard the message and decided to put her foot in and try and save the Earth. She detonated an EMP, crippling the Fallen forces, and then decimated through them using her secret weapon, the Harbinger. After destroying Ceres and scattering the Fallen, Varixis was killed. Step up to the plate, Skolas. After the fall of Varixis, there was a power struggle within the wolves. Urkis, the Wolf Baroness, Parixis, the Howling, and Skolas, the Rabid. Originally, it was Urkis, the Wolf Baroness, that would gain Kellship, but Skolas was smart. He teamed up with Parixis and found himself some servitors, and for a time, Urkis devastated his force, but this was for a time. One of Skolas' vandals launched an attack on Eos, and while in the process, bringing an end to Urkis. Now there's just left Parixis. While he and Parixis were still fighting, Skolas hatched a cunning plan. He sent the Silent Fang to the Reef, a counterattack for what they did to his house on Ceres. This gained the Reef's attention, and they sent forces after them. The Fang flew straight to a bright star named Eris and hid in its glare. At the same time, another of Skolas' generals, Greyor, had attacked Parixis and brought his fleet to the same location. When the Reef's forces turned up at Eris, all they found was Parixis' ketch. The ketch was no match for the Reef interceptors, and Parixis the Howling's power struggle was over. Skolas was now Kell of Wolves, the leader of his people. It had taken a long time. He had seen his house scatter, he had turned on his comrades, but now after all that, he was the Kell. It was his to take. For the next few months, he would be at a stalemate with the Queen again. Her forces were trapped on Pallas, with Skolas' forces hunting them down. But the battles were long, and he was eventually pushed back, losing a lot of his forces, including Drevis and a servitor named Calix 14. Skolas, along with Bellatrix the Veil, had hidden in the Hillidan asteroid field. The Queen, after hearing reports from Varric, sent her forces there to capture them. Skolas was able to thwart them off, but only thanks to Bellatrix. After this though, Bellatrix amassed his fleet and left the Hillidans. He landed on a nearby planet near Fortuna to replenish his ether. While he was there, the Reef led an attack using one of their super weapons called the Charybdis, a weapon that could use asteroids as bullets and slamming them into whatever was in their way. In this case, Bellatrix and his whole army. In desperation, Skolas took the rest of his house and attacked at Cybele, but once again, and unknown to him, the Queen was there waiting. With another tip-off, she was prepared to him, and no sooner had he arrived, he was taken down and captured. Now, used as a plaything by the Queen, used as a bargaining chip with the Nine, Skolas rotted in his cell. Until a member of the Nine broke into Skolas' cell and set him free. He was given his Scorch Cannon and a ketch, and he set his sights at becoming more. Skolas, now, once again free, tried to rebuild his house. He headed to Venus to claim the House of Winter as his own. This is where we first encounter him as Guardians. You give chase to Skolas, but he escapes in a skiff just in time. After this, Skolas decides that you are a threat to him. He sends his Silent Fang after you, down on the Cosmodrome, but even his highest ranking commandos can't defeat you, and he is left even weaker. From here, he goes on in search of the House of Kings, where he is once again stopped by you and your little trio of you, Petra and Varix. Skolas once again is desperate and flees to Venus. We give chase, but when we next catch up with him, he has gone totally insane. The new, self-proclaimed Kell of Kells, the Kell of everything. And what do we find him doing? Oh, only breaking into the Vault of Glass. We quickly hurry inside and find that he's been tapping into the power of the oracles. But for what purpose? We finish off his forces inside the vault and try to get our heads around this. You get a report that Skolas is in the Citadel on Venus. The only problem is that the Queen wants him alive. You form a plan with Petra and head out. When you arrive at the Citadel, you find stacks of dead Vex, hovering platforms just like in the Vault of Glass, and worst of all, he is there waiting for you, and he isn't alone. Skolas gets ready for his final battle, and in doing so he uses all of the Vex technology he's acquired in the Vault, and starts bringing the House of Wolves, his wolves, back through time, and to our current time period. You quickly fight off the wolves and head for Skolas, and after a heated battle he is defeated. He drops to his knees, and feels the lasers scanning over him. He knows his fate. He is taken aboard by the crows and thrown into the prison of elders. He has escaped before, but twice? Under the Queen's watch this would definitely not happen. Skolas the Rabid, Skolas the Kell of Kells, Skolas the Fallen, would spend each of his days fighting for his next. And so he sits in his cell waiting, Guardian, waiting for the day you may fight again. If you like the video, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time guys, take it easy.